to Nexus Wormhole.
You are in the Nexus Wormhole with your host, Sonic Rascal. Five, four, three, two, one. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus Wormhole. I am your host, Sonic Rascal, always rascaling away. And we have always our co-host, man of mystery, Leche de Mono, Mad Monkey Milk to his enemies. How are you, Leche de Mono?
Ready for the assault.
I'll tell you what the assault is. Biden versus Trump. Who's going to win that pile driver?
Yeah, the two master of puppets. I wish they had fucking Metallica playing in the background of the campaign, right as they were coming out, right as they were coming out to duke it out.
Headbangers Ball.
With Metallica in the background, singing "Master of Puppets, pulling your strings."
Biting your mind, trumping your dreams.
Yeah. Sucking it, Biden. Sucking it big. Bro. Oh my God. And then on the other side, yeah, I know. I've been telling them all along. I don't want to create panic. But yeah.
That's right. Ready with the Woodward tapes, whatever the guy who did Watergate.
Oh,
ready?
the tapes. Oh
The
my
tapes,
God.
right?
Everybody's going so crazy over, like, no, duh. You thought the guy for real was, come on.
Come on, man. I know that this is gonna be bad. I just don't wanna scare people. Don't wanna wreck the economy. You wanna be reelected,
right.
buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going on.
Do you really think that
Mm.
those tapes that were released were, some secret tapes that somebody went ahead and pushed to some newspaper or leaked to whoever the media sources? I think that shit was done deliberate. I think it softens his image. I don't even believe it. I don't believe that it was some kind of secret tape. I think that's bullshit.
I mean, to me, the whole thing is the time is excellent for it to hurt, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be a very weird election. It's going to be the weirdest election ever. You have a guy who wants to be reelected, and he was, he used to do wrestling spots for the WWF. Okay, he used to come out and tell the Hulkster to drink his milk, and then you have Biden, who's been there for 40 or 50 years or 100 years, who he's like. Biden reminds me of HAL 9000 when Dave the astronaut's pulling out all his memory gears, so they put him up to debate.
Yeah.
That's Biden, and
I see Biden in that same movie, but it's the second to last shot of the movie when he's an old fucker in the bed and he's looking at the monolith. That's how I see Biden. I just see him there.
Well, that could be Trump too, bro. That could be Trump.
And he's
where am I? What's going on? What's happening?
It's old Biden looking at Kamala, staring him down in his bed.
That's so heavy.
Right before old Kamala rocks him out.
Well, John, don't feed her after midnight. That's all I can tell you. She'll come out after you. Yeah, it's the big news going on. Bezos is the richest man in the world. Bezos, or I call him Lex Bezos because he looks like Lex Luthor. I don't know if you've seen that boy. He's got no hair. Got $1 trillion. First trillionaire. And I was reading the Wall Street Journal this morning, and they're talking about how these equity groups, these private groups, are buying all this real estate, and they're making all these apartments and all these kind of like lofts for rent, so you can never own your own home again, and you can have rent for the rest of your life, and your landlord will be somebody in Wall Street. Think about that. That's so heavy. All these apartments are going up everywhere.
Well, he's a Wall Street banker. He comes from that. See, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how much people know about Bezos and his whole, his background as a whole. But the guy made himself in Wall Street, and he made himself enough. He got burned out of Wall Street and all that. But it's like, even you can't put it this way. Just because you took the stripes from the tiger doesn't mean you're not a tiger. Okay.
Got that right. Yeah,
And this guy comes from that. And what's he doing now? The whole thing is just basically an explosion of how he's gonna exploit everybody any way he can, and to keep getting as rich as he can. And this guy's gonna be, before you know it, he's another Bill Gates in the making. One of these guys is going to sit there wearing his fucking little colorful sweater and giving the world advice, and everybody, chugs a big, sits there and gives him a blowjob every time he talks.
All I know is Bill Gates can come. He's going to come up with the vaccine, and guess what? You can be the first guinea pig, buddy. Right on the left cheek. Go ahead and try it. Yeah. Turn into a bat. I'm not doing it. Let all these suckers try it first.
I honestly wish that these people, Bill Gates' foundation, and he's the one that propagates all this money, puts it behind it, because they're gonna make gazillions on this. They should literally make a law stating it, like the good old days when they used to sell the what do they call it? Those Excelsiors and stuff like that. They go around, town, and they say how they tried it themselves. I want to see them inject old Billy Gates with it first and say, "Hey, Billy, how you feeling? You doing all right there, buddy?"
Open the gates right up the butt. Let me tell you.
Yeah, shoot it on yourself, bud. And then do the trial, and then I'll take it.
Well, I read that there are certain people that were trying to actually help. Maybe they care about the human race, and they were doing trials on the pre-vaccines, and they're sick. They're not doing too good. So whatever they're conjuring up or whatever.
They had to pull one of the vaccines. One of those weird companies had to stop doing the trials because somebody got sick. The funny part is that they didn't go on to tell the public.
Sure.
Obviously they won't disclose who it was, but they didn't tell you how sick they got. And let me tell if they pulled a whole study and they pulled a trial because one person got sick, it must have not been pretty.
Yeah, look, this is the way I see it, and who knows what happened, but are you okay, Pablo? I got the rash everywhere. Let me tell you something. God. Get Hans out of the closet. How's he doing? He can't see. I'm blind. So let me tell you, this whole pre-test and pre-vaccines, it's going to be funky. It's going to be a funky monkey. So that's going on. I don't know if you heard, one of the Supreme Ginsburg passed away.
Yes.
So that's going to be an open seat for somebody to pull somebody in, because the Supreme Court, they serve for life. So that's a power move right there from anybody that wants to.
Jesus, like that next after the Pope is these people.
You're right. And
no wonder nothing gets done.
And let's see. It's been a very, very interesting week. In October, there's going to be a lot of layoffs from the airline industry, and there's going to be more people out of work. That's going to be very crazy too. I don't know, man. I think things are going to start hitting hard next year. That's when I think, because I don't know if the governors are still keeping people living in their apartments that haven't paid their rent. I don't know if everybody's been laid off from huge corporations that have, not really told their, people what's really going to happen next year. It's going to be weird, man. And then, you have all these things going on, and nobody's, you got Biden, and Trump going at it, and they're not even going to debate. I don't even think they're going to,
I don't know how, with the masks on, they can't even hear themselves. I
Oh,
the whole thing is this, it's crazy, but um, there's a strange division of there's two things happening. We are living right now this facade, right? That it's almost like a self-inflicted thing where we're all walking around saying we're okay, everything's good. The Senate or Congress Senate, they haven't passed that other stimulus bill.
right,
There's
right,
now it seems like the Republicans are stalling it, and the Democrats are the ones that are pushing forward for it.
right,
Democrats don't want to spend any more money, and they don't want to recognize. And then even Trump, obviously, and he's doing it obviously, I think, as a tactical move.
sure,
He keeps on backing up this stimulus thing. Is the only thing he's actually, I guess, one of the few things that he's uh, in line with the Democrats. But he knows that by backing that up, it's going to buy him votes.
right,
But we can't get that figured out, obviously. Problem number one.
right,
Problem number two is we're living this lie, this facade that we're the greatest country in the world, that there's nothing's going to ever happen to this country, that this country is unstoppable. We're an unstoppable, unmovable force that nobody can touch. That's not the case. The unemployment's going through the roof. It's
right,
going to
right,
keep going through the roof, but at the same time, we have a sector of government telling the employees of the states in the state branches, go back to work.
right,
You got to take your kids back to school. But what's happening? The kids, they go to school, they get sick. The COVID cases are going through the roof in schools. There's more than over 1,000 plus children in Florida alone. I think more than that. I think I'm actually very low in estimating that. I got to look at the real numbers, but it's over the thousands of children infected, and already they've had cases of over a couple hundred kids that have actually died. And now I think that's national. Now I don't think that's
right,
for
right.
just for one specific state. I think that's national. So now send your kids to school. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them sick. Go get them killed. We'll get working on the vaccine. So this is a
Strange time.
strange world we're living in, where
Yeah,
the parents that have children that can't pay for a babysitter,
right.
that can't afford to stay home
Oh,
because
I
they'll
would say
lose their job.
most of them
Yeah,
Americans right now. Yeah,
right.
say 70%,
These people
75.
have to go to work and they're scared to lose their job. And now having a job in America is becoming
The luxury.
it's a hot
Yeah,
luxury. Somebody's ready to take it.
right. Well, you got that going on, so that's not ever going to change. The problem's going to be is, well, you have also all these strange things going on with sexuality, with people coming out and saying I'm a man, I'm a woman, even though they're, how do I say this, trying to get attention inward and talking about the way they feel. And I know for a fact that Greece and Rome started falling apart with Caligula and Nero, and I don't know about the Greeks, but you have hermaphrodites that come into the place. You have this sexuality craziness that starts happening, a lot of blood and crazy stuff going on. So I don't know, man. Maybe somehow we're reaching the end of the empire because you have you have no jobs. You have people that are not working, looting in some places, destroying statues, destroying things that kind of made this republic what it is, whether it was good or bad. You have people, you know, Marxists and Maoists using political agendas to push their views, and all kinds of, you know, teenagers experimenting with hormones and their doctors telling the parents that if, if they don't transition into a man or a woman, they may commit suicide. It's nuts, man. And we're talking medical people pushing these children to become something else, something not. And it's like a comic book from hell, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
everything.
it?
I think if we were rewind back to the 1980s and you were to tell people this shit, that in the future, like the Back to the Future movie, when
Right. Like,
Marty's walking around with the hot list of all the things that are going to happen. But this is the same deal where you came back and you had somebody tell you this shit. You would not believe it.
well,
Because they're so, and that's the factor that is so worrisome. Is I don't know. I don't know that I don't know. I haven't. I guess I've really have heard few people argue this fact, but when something catastrophic like this happens to a nation or to the world, which is the case here, it's a world pandemic. This situation has divided people more than united them. And
right.
it should have been the other way around.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But it shows that there's something wrong in the fabric.
So yeah,
Something's weird.
exactly. Well, that just goes to show you why. Because
Corruption.
everything you just said is on point.
Well, listen, man.
You have the pandemic.
Right.
That's that's the nucleus of everything right now.
Right.
That's what's but then every one of the other branches of the pandemic, which is the reactionary effect that the people have brought onto it, none of it is positive. Like everything you just mentioned, we're talking the looting, the riots, the cause and effect of all of those things. That's one.
Right.
Unemployment, starvation, people going hungry at night, children, dying because of this.
Right.
Basically, literally, we're putting children on a plank and making them walk the plank.
Right.
For them to go, and the sharks are waiting for them to eat them. Then we have all of this stuff. Then you have, like you just brought up, about the sex changes in children. Now, what do children do? Now we're living in an age where a lot of people have no fucking idea this is happening, because they're connected, and majority of these are children,
right,
who are so connected to their phones. All they worry about is they want to go to the doctor cut it off, and they ask them, hey, doctor, cut it off. Can you do me a favor? Can you make me look like my Instagram filter?
Look, man.
Which filter do you want to look like?
Look.
Here you go. And
okay,
this is what I want to look like, this. Right. And by the way, I'm 10 years old.
Look, put it this way. This generation, with the amount of the technology, if you're a teenager, you shouldn't be worrying about your sexuality. Just let it come naturally. If you're gay, you're gay. If you want to become a woman after you're 18 and you got the cash or you got insurance, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. But you should be thinking about landing in Mars, exploring the ocean. I don't know, growing food in another planet. I don't know, these things.
Well, yeah, but these aren't questions that are on social media.
That's right. It's all about who
it's
am
all about
I?
them.
Look, I just came out. This is who I am. I got, I'm transitioning, and it's like, okay, great. What do I care? I mean, it's so messed
tomorrow,
up.
I'm going to make an announcement actually here today. It's a world exclusive. I am cardboard sexual.
Cardboard. Beaver wrote a song about it.
I'm cardboard sexual.
Don't throw the pizza box out.
I'm making my cardboard partner. And we are gonna, like, this is ridiculous. This is the thing. You can't take the mind of, a child's brain.
No, you can't.
Doesn't stop developing until the age of, I believe is anywhere between the ages of 24 to 25, or maybe 24 to 26. Right. That means the influence that a child gets uh, at their young age, all the way to 26, is the most vulnerable and the easiest kind of mind that you can completely manipulate.
Right.
It doesn't take very much. It's very simple, really. And when you don't have the parents involved, when you don't have your grandparents involved, you don't have friends involved, teachers involved,
Well, listen,
but
man.
you have a big robot machine called the internet
No,
involved,
but
good
listen.
luck.
Yeah, and some of the kids do have their grandparents, but hey, they're racist. Everybody's racist now. If you don't agree with the movement or whatever is going on, or lifting your fist or whatever is going on with everybody being guilty of something, you're racist. So if grandpa and grandma say turn the TV off, hey, you're racist. I can't believe you told me to do that. You know who's on TV.
Right.
Everybody.
That's part of the movement.
But yeah, it's part of the brainwashing, because when you're in a cult, somebody will always try to point out that you are the one that's racist. How dare you talk to Emma that way? Go there and wash the dishes, lock the doors. Let's meditate. Let me tell you, it's all manipulation. Manipulation is done by demoralizing a subject, taking away their identity. Stop, questioning things. Stop questioning your leaders. Stop, trying to connect to people that may have a different point of view. That may not even be yours. Oh my God, that's horrible. Let's all become one. Let's all become the Borg.
There's no conversation anymore.
Well, there's no civil conversation. I mean,
No civil conversation or no
nothing. If I don't agree with you,
thoughts.
I don't agree with you, I'd cut you out, or I just totally ignore you. And that's the little game that everyone's playing on. I don't see any way out of it. I mean, and then I look at the people that are running for president, and I'm like, we're so screwed. Unless, some kind of artificial intelligence comes in.
Okay, this is something worth talking about if you finish up. But now you say artificial intelligence.
Change the subject.
No,
I'm just saying,
I'm not. This is all in. It's funny, but it's all the same thing. We've talked about this before in the Nexus in one of our old episodes, and I'll bring it up again. A lot of the old science fiction writers, they tend to me. It's almost like parallel to Unbreakable, the movie Unbreakable, where you have the comic books that would dictate, the specific traits, and they were really talking about things that were actually happening, current events, somebody that actually existed. Well, science fiction all throughout, literary history, right? That means when they were writing books for the first time and putting them out, has always pretty much dictated how we're going to live in the future. And we pretty much have, in a strange way, fallen in line with that. And we are now. We've had, what is it? Arthur Miller was the guy who wrote 2001. Is it
Arthur C. Clarke?
Arthur Clarke, not me.
Arthur Miller, I think it's
Arthur Clarke,
physician or something.
Arthur Clarke.
You're right.
Ray Bradbury, Huxley,
Isaac Asimov. Right. My heroes.
All those guys, they wrote and they put forward these ideas. Well, here we are, 2020, and the other day I got somebody sent me a video email, link of the first robot citizen that was made citizen in Saudi Arabia or in fucking Dubai, where everybody's flaunting all that cash. Her name is Sophia.
Yeah, she's actually integrated, and she was developed by, I know who she is.
She's walking around. They made her a citizen. She's walking around interviewing famous people. They get a kick out of it. It's fucking party. It's a little party cocktail trick. They bring her out. They talk to her, and she poses interesting questions. And it's the beginning of AI, but no longer with just a mainframe computer. Now we're starting to see the actual physical, a physical appearance that looks like us, with the robot asking these questions. it's all of these things that were talked about in science fiction books. Here we are living in this moment now. This is just the beginning. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think AI has a good purpose, but the problem is never the AI.
It's the people who program the AI.
The people.
It's always the masters. And
things up.
yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, that's probably more of a show. Maybe the professor who built Sophia needs some cash, and I would probably go out there to you know, advertise Sophia and make some extra money to buy a bigger mainframe for the hard drive inside her. But listen, it's all just it's all a pony show. I mean, at the end of the day, I think who knows what's going to happen, because things will happen like they're meant to happen, and AI will probably get faster. And you know, I was reading about UFOs too, how they have certain materials which they've had for a long time, and I don't know. It makes you think about the stars, makes you think of where, you know, where did we come from, and where are we going, and all those questions that are way more positive than thinking about Justin Bieber's new video.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, no matter what, we're in this we're thick in the grease right now with all this stuff.
We're in a strange wormhole right now in space-time continuum. It's a very weird place where the next leader, I mean, who knows how they're going to handle this? The economy. Number two, it looks like there's going to be a way to.
This is all League of Shadows shit to me. This is
yeah, they're going to track people based upon their income. They're going to see who still owns a home, who doesn't, how much do you have, do you contribute to, you know, it's going to be very weird. And there's always a chance of a small revolution or some type of small civil war. I don't know, man. I mean, I see if Biden wins. I don't know if Ronald McDonald's going to give it up.
Well, one thing that caught my attention from the other day,
and it's funny because sometimes Ronald, he's totally against, I don't know, the world. I wouldn't say the World Bank, maybe the IMF. Ronald has kind of stepped up and kind of tried to back away from some of these so-called Illuminati kind of groups where he wants
to. Now everything now is you got to clean your image up again. That's all bullshit. It's all part of the rodeo. This guy right now, he announced the other day that if they make him, if he makes another term, he's willing to propose a third term.
Think about that. That's
a confident, bold statement. That if anybody else made it, maybe I wouldn't care too much about it. Maybe not think too much twice. Wouldn't think twice. This guy here is already proposing a third term. When you do that kind of stuff so early in this game, it's because this guy already knows so much stuff that he's already. I don't think Biden's going to win. I don't think he's going to win.
I don't think so either. I think
I just don't believe it, and I think Trump is. I can see Trump sticking around more than 8 years. To me, I was thinking about
that's
these
horrifying.
Things. Well, I've been thinking about this stuff before it's even happened.
I agree with you.
This is the beginning of a new dawn of government in the United States.
Well, I think it's not just government, just a way of life. I think financially things are going to change. The economy is going to be very weird no matter what. And I think you're right. I don't see Biden winning because I just don't see his game. There is no game. I don't see anything coming out of him. He's just trying to appeal to voters that would vote for Ronald.
Just diehard Republican Democrats. That's all. These people are they're so stupid that they vote because they're blue. They're blue. I'm just gonna vote because I'm blue. And then the other morons say I'm red. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you got one of them Duck Dynasty boys out there wearing a red tie. If he's red, I'm voting for him. And these people, they're not really. They don't think clear. Right now, anywhere you go, people are waving flags around like crazy. With their proud moments right now.
Very proud, and I think you're absolutely right. I think there's a huge chance that Biden's going to lose. I think it's a huge chance that everything will change under Ronald. And I think that we may go back to, was Roosevelt? He served 3 terms, especially if there's some kind of conflict with China. There's some kind of, I wouldn't say a war, but some kind of Cold War, maybe.
Brewing.
Something's brewing. Something's in TikTok just got knocked out of the plate. And I never really liked TikTok anyway, because it's pretty much a camera to spy on you. So all the Chinese military can see how you make your tacos.
Well, that's China's been spying
for forever.
Forever.
Since Genghis Khan, my God.
But they've been spying since they built their empire based on just, well, spying, yes, but at the same time, no, because the world has submitted their world plan, their architectural plans. Here you go. This is how we want it. Right. We've been giving and making China what they are.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes they make things better. Sometimes they don't. But either way, when this catastrophe came and they were talking about masks, we didn't even know where to start making masks. We didn't old episodes. Check out the Nexus Bolt. We couldn't even make rubber bands to put on masks. And let me tell you, this is going to be one of the saddest Halloweens I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, get ready. You might as well sit there and throw Skittles in your mouth, because
pretty much
give you one.
I'm pretty much going to throw Skittles in my mouth and hope that Bela Lugosi comes out. Because it's going to be...
Well, and it's funny, but at the same time, it should be the one time out of the year of this whole pandemic where you should go out, because everybody's wearing a fucking mask.
I agree. If you're living in a capitalistic society, this is the best time to make a mask, put on a mask, and totally take advantage of a system that's telling you that there's a mandate. Right, there's a mandate. Wear it, then wear it. Go knock on someone's door. And if they don't give you candy, egg their house. Egg it. You heard it here first. Egg it. Toilet paper the trees.
Did you read the article that came out?
Which one?
I think it was today or yesterday. There's a nightclub restaurant owner, not nightclub, that is banning masks from the restaurant.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
It depends on the state. I have no idea.
Yeah. So basically, somewhere in Florida, there is a restaurant owner who refuses to have his staff put masks on, refuses to have anybody in his establishment put masks on, and he countered the sign rather than the, mandatory masks. It is mandatory not to wear a mask in his establishment. And you know what, man? I applaud that. I personally think good for you.
I think
at the end of the day, the person that goes there,
they should
decides.
I agree. I think the way I see it is if that's his restaurant, right? And he wants to, make the law, he's welcome to. And if people want to stay there and work, they're welcome to. If not, they can leave and figure things out. You don't have to be there. No one's forcing you to. And if many businesses put on their windows or their doors, you have to wear a mask to come in. He could put one saying, nobody's wearing a mask in here, so don't come in if you want to wear one, or if you don't feel comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that.
He's making a statement, and it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. He's just making a statement, and he's true to himself and what he believes in. Sure. It's restaurant, like it's your house. You're not wearing a mask at your house. This is where people come work, and they're there working. Good for them. Good for him if he put it up. I don't think this, the sad thing will be, and I'm sure this will happen, is you're going to start having the people that are going to go at it. They're going to start going at him. They're going to go at his place, because people,
lawsuit. I smell a lawsuit. That's all I smell. I got the COVID getting the chili fries from you because you weren't wearing a mask.
Come on.
It's going to be nuts, man. Even somebody that goes in, I can totally see this because people are interesting. I'm glad you're not wearing a mask in here. I love it. I don't know, man. You never know.
No.
That's the problem. But I don't know, guys. It's been an interesting Nexus. Any any words to end this segment with?
Well, we definitely talked about the Dune trailer, how it was gonna come, it was gonna drop, how we were so excited, and now it's finally here.
Yeah.
It's landed. Muad'Dib has landed, and so give us your overall impressions of what you saw so far.
Yeah, let us know. We have our own opinions, and we like the director. It looks good, but if you have any opinions, please write them down. If you don't, I'm sure we'll discuss this next time if it's even worth discussing, or maybe we'll move on to some better films. Maybe something from the past, like The Man That Would Be King. That's a good one.
Classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a great segment. Always with Leche de Mono, Mad Monkey Milk. Saying. Enjoy your wormhole out there, wherever you're at. And Sonic Rascal and Mad Monkey Milk, Leche de Mono. We're out. Stay safe, America. Stay safe, world. We're heading back to our nebula, to our part of the universe. Sayonara, suckers.
You are in the Nexus Wormhole.
You are in the Nexus Wormhole with your host, Sonic Rascal.